Assalamu alaikum. To understand the concept of inequalities on graph, we need to have some prior knowledge of gradient and coordinate geometry. So how can we plot inequalities on graph? There are few steps. Step number 1 says plot the coordinates, or you can say build the line. Step number 2 says graph the line using dotted or solid line. When we normally draw the solid line, when the inequality sign has equal sign with it, greater or equals to, or lesser and equals to. In that case, we will draw solid line. And if the inequality sign has no equals to with it, only having greater or lesser than sign, in that case, the line will be dotted line. Third step means we need to identify the solution set, or you can say we need to shade the region, required region. Okay, we always shade in two ways. Above the line, we normally shade above the line and we shade below the line. In the case when again we will go back to the sign and we will see the inequality sign, we will observe that if the inequality sign is greater than, and greater than or equals to, we will shade above the line. If the sign is lesser or lesser than and equals to, we will shade below the line. Let's have an example here. You just observe the example y is greater than or equals to 3x minus 2. The first step is we need to plot the coordinate. So first of all, this equation I will write with equal sign. It will become like this. Now I will take x and y to write the coordinates. If I will substitute 0 here, then I'll get minus 2. So 0 and minus 2. When I substitute a 1 here, then I'll get minus 1. It will be plus 1, right? 3 and yeah, plus 1. Okay. And then if I get, if I'll substitute 2 here, then definitely 6 minus 2 is giving me 4. Okay. So basically, when I put x as 1, I received y value 1 and x 2, then I get y 4, or as coordinate, I can write in this form, pair of coordinate, right? Isn't it? Now we need to plot it. Where is 0 on x-axis here, and the height it will be minus 2. First point, I'll take the red color. It will be more identical. Okay. 1 and 1. Okay. 1 and 1. All right. 2 and 4. 2 and 4. I have taken only 3 pair of coordinates. Okay. The first step says, as per first step, I have to plot the coordinates. I did. All right. Now, second step, I need to choose solid line or the dotted line. To understand which line we need to draw, I will go to this function. I will see this symbol. This symbol is telling me it is greater and equals to. So it means this sign has equals to. This inequality sign has equals to with it. So I'll go with solid line. So I will draw solid line here. Let me draw the solid line here. Okay. अब मैं थोड़ी बड़ी लाइन ड्रॉ करूंगी ताकि थोड़ा मुझे आई होप इट वर्क्स let me stretch it. Oh. 1 minute. Okay. Almost. It's this line. Okay. As per third step, we need to shade the region. फिर से मैं inequality sign को observe करूंगी. If inequality sign is or greater than and equals to, so I have to shade above the line. I have to shade above the line. And if it is less than and equals to, then I will shade below the line. तो अब ये लाइन है मेरे पास, तो what will I do in that case? मुझे किस साइड पे जाना चाहिए? Do I need to shade this side or this side? Obviously, I need to shade above the line because the sign, inequality sign is telling me it is greater and equals to. So that's why I will sign this whole region. Sorry for the shading. बहुत untidy है. So, okay, let's have more examples to understand. Okay, what if we have this equation? As you know, you can write it y equals to -2. तो अब जरा observe करें. Where is -2 at y-axis? Here it is. So it means you can directly draw a line here. But the point is, do I need to draw a dotted line or solid line? The point is, मुझे कौन सी line draw करनी है? Dotted or solid? Let's move back to the rules. Rule says, dotted line कब होगी? When we are using both signs greater than and lesser than without equals to. तो इसका मतलब है, as per this inequality, there is a greater than. तो इसका मतलब है line will be dotted line. Line will be a dotted line. So I will plot the dotted line here. Ignore the perfection. Okay. Now the question is, I have to shade the region. Shade the region. I'll go back to the rules and I will check the third step. Above the line when greater than and equals to, above the line. Lesser than and equals to, below the line. So right now it is greater than. So it will be above the line. So above the line is telling me above the line, this side. So I will definitely shade above this line. तो मैं अब इस पूरे रीजन को शेड I can do it. Sorry for the perfection. I hope we are understanding well. Okay. So basically it's all about the horizontal and vertical lines. So उसमें तो gradient होता नहीं है. होता है, but well, okay. So same as we can go with this one. Y equals to 4. ठीक हो गया. So where is 4 at y-axis? Here it is. Okay. So which line I need to draw? Dotted or solid? Due to equality sign of equals to with this inequality, we need to draw a solid line. So we will draw a solid line here. Okay. It's a little not exact. Okay. Now we need to identify the region. Region lesser than and equals to, below the line. Lesser than and equals to, less than होता या less than or equals to भी होता तो भी below the line. We need to shade which area? Below the line. तो below the line कौन सा shade आ रहा है? This one, this side. So we need to shade below the line. So I will shade that area under this line. I hope it's very much clear. Okay. I'll go one more example. So this equation, it's not horizontal or vertical lines. So first step is I will write with the sign of equality. Okay. Now I have to find the coordinates. I definitely need to substitute some values to find x and y coordinates. So 3x minus 2, if I substitute 0, then I get minus 2. And when I substitute minus 1, then I get minus 3, minus 2, minus 5. Minus 1 and minus 5. And when I substitute, let me take 2 ले लेते हैं. What's it? Okay. Then 6 minus 2 is 4. Okay. 2 and 4 was y. All right. So basically, pair of coordinates 2 भी काफी होते हैं, but I have taken 3 at least to form a good line. Okay. Now, pair of coordinates minus 1, minus 5, 0 and minus 2, 2 and 4. Right? Okay, let's plot. The first step, plot the coordinates. I'm going to plot it minus 1 and minus 5. Here it is. Okay, 0 and minus 2. Here. 2 and 4. This one. Now, do I need to plot a dotted line or a solid line? So just observe this sign. This sign says what? Greater than and equals to. It says solid line. So we will draw a solid line here. Now we need to identify what? Third step, last one, shaded region. Which side I need to shade? Which side? Above or below? Above or below? Which side we need to shade? It says, sign says what? Above the region. So it means above means we need to shade that area above the line. That is above the line. That shade we need to, that region we need to shade. Okay, I have given few questions to solve for you people. You have to solve these 2 questions and you have to solve it and must tell me, did you understand it or not?